The views, thoughts, and expressions of the show are purely satire and do not reflect the host's employer or any associated parties pertaining to the hosts. This is a joke of a show. Do not take this show serious. We are idiots.
NFA is the podcast of the day. Got a cowboy and a witch and two nerds that don't play. They're talking about things that make your mind afraid. No censor, they're here to slay. They ride through the airwaves, kicking up dust, covering topics that others might cuss. Get ready for all opinions, no fuss. Cowboy, witch, and nerds, you better trust.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the NFA Network. My name is Zaga, and this week, I don't have a co-host. My co-hosts have left me high and dry. Nick does have a good excuse. He had to go save somebody because the car broke down. So you know what? Cheers to Nick. Proud of him for that one. But this is my show. It's just me again. So I couldn't do another episode by myself because that's just too boring. I didn't want to bore you guys. And as much as I promised you that documentary, that's actually going to take at least a year. Because if you think I'm going to do a documentary without putting my fucking wedding in there, you're bugging. I got a lot of shit to talk about today, but I want to introduce the person that I brought along with me. You guys might remember him from I think it was the second episode of season 2, where everything changed. It was actually the very first time that Ellie and Nick recorded with somebody. Y'all might remember him. I call him the champ because my man got belts on belts on belts right now, and he's taking belts from people. I love it. Y'all give it up for Carlos Jimenez.
Hey.
Oh, the mic cut out. You couldn't even hear you say hello.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. There you go.
There you go. What's going on, man? Thank you for having me again. Let's...
Oh, thank you for coming back. I'm just telling you, when you light heavyweight champ, you better fucking come back on this motherfucking show. After you knock out Jake Paul, you better holler at me.
ICB, which you guys came out for down in Tampa, and then this fight that I just had, technically it was considered heavyweight.
Okay, so you see, and it's funny because as I've been telling a lot of the viewers, I'm training myself. I'm not like you where I have a dope ass gym. I'm training in my garage. I'm training in the basement. I got a Mr. Miyagi training me for free. He's trained Golden Gloves and shit, and he's like this old school like enforcer for the mob.
Miyagi's do work.
Oh yeah, he's just like every time you talk to him too, it's like you get a life lesson.
Yeah,
a real life lesson. It's like, the water does not run; it strikes force. And I'm like, God damn,
water.
I had to go Bruce Lee on that one. That's the only way I could really do it. But yes, I wanted you back on the show because you just fought last weekend.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you were in Chicago. You fought a piece of shit human being called Lucky Chucky. And I'm going to run my mouth and continue to run my mouth on this goddamn platform, on every platform, because fuck that guy wholeheartedly. And I do want to talk to you about the fight. And there's a lot I want to talk about because it's weird seeing it now behind the scenes. I obviously am a fan of combat sports. And now getting into it, seeing a little bit more what goes on. Granted, I'm in the baby stages, right? Like I know how to fight, but this is really constructed fighting. It's like taking a street ball player and trying to put him in the NBA. That's why the AN1 guys didn't work, right? So watching you out there and seeing your training videos and seeing you in the ring now twice, tell me a little bit of what it was like with that training camp and that fight camp leading up to this fight, because I know this has been anticipated since the show has ended.
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
2 years. So, clearly my last fight was July 29th, which was against Wide Neck, and you guys were there for that.
Yep.
And
we're going to say the last real fight.
Yeah.
This one...
So that fight, after I won that fight and became the cruiserweight champ for ICB championship, me and my coach went to the drawing board and he was like, hey, I'm going to need you to work on your cardio. So I was like, all right, cool. And then my manager from TNT Promotions called me and he was like, hey, a gentleman by the name El Gato Negro wants to fight you. But, we're going to go down to Miami, go watch the fights, whatever, he's fighting there. So we went down to Miami and we seen the fights. So I stepped into the ring with El Gato Negro, but he's coming in at 165. So he calls me out after he fights Zach Johnson. And I do a face-off with him. And I was like, you know what? It's going to be hard, but let's run it. Like, you know what I mean? Let's run it. So I decided to start cutting weight. So it was a journey. I went from 198 pounds when you last seen me with Wide Neck, and I went down to 180 pounds So I was like cutting a lot of weight.
God bless, dude.
So that contract with IFL, which is Influencer Fight League, wasn't coming through fast enough. So by that time, within the time from IFL, Influencer Fight League, and the Chucky contract so happened to come about. So the Harv Warbangers, which is the promoter down in Chicago, reached out and he was like, hey, do you want to fight Chucky? I was like, this contract right here with IFL is going to have to wait. Like, this is going to wait. I'm taking that contract because I want to beat the shit out of this guy, and I don't like him, and I want to fucking demolish him. So we started negotiating the contract, and a lot of things were like it was a shit show. Chucky was not like budging on. He didn't want to budge on anything on the contract. He wanted everything to work in his favor.
I'm not surprised.
As far as money getting paid, he wanted 70% of the pay-per-views, and he only give me 30. He wanted me to come up to like 205 or up to 210, and just a whole bunch of crazy shit. And I said, listen, that's not gonna happen. I was like, my manager is a real estate agent. Okay, he deals with contracts all day long, every day. So he went through that contract with a fine-tooth comb. He found loopholes, and he was like, no, you're going to make this. You're going to do this. Carlos ain't coming up to 210.
210 he wanted you to get up to? So, yeah. So Chucky really wanted you to go up essentially 30 fucking pounds, which that's ridiculous. I mean, listen, I'm down to 175 because I know I was looking at, people in your weight class that 180, 190, and I'm like, I'm going to get rocked. I'm going to get the shit kicked out of me. And I'm not a humble person. I talk a lot of shit. I'm not going to piss somebody off that bad to where they murder me in that ring. So I was like, I got to get down to 170 for fight weight. I think that would be the perfect weight for me to fight. Because I'm a small dude. I'm 5'8".
Yeah.
I don't got no titty muscles.
It was definitely a challenge because like I was so dedicated to losing weight. You know what I mean? And I'm back on my
try to do the 180, like I can only imagine.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm losing weight. I went back on that journey, going back to 180, 185 pounds. But that was definitely hard because I was already conditioned. My body was already conditioned, and my speed and power were conditioned for 180, 185. So now I have to intake a lot of food and bring my weight back up and condition my body yet again with the heavier weight. But I did it. You know what I mean? My coach was there the whole time, and he was like, listen, I want you on the bag for 30 minutes. You set up a clock for 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, within the 30 minutes, if you need to take a 2-3 minute break, take a 2-3 minute break, but you're going to complete that 30 minutes. And then I did that for like 2 weeks every single day. And then he was like, listen, now you're going to change it. You're going to do 2-minute rounds. I want 10 to 12 2-minute rounds with 30-second rest in between. I did that. By the time I got to Chucky, I was like, when I got to Chicago, I was conditioned. I was ready to go. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
Ready to go. And so we go to the press conference. We signed this contract in December. So I was promoting it since December. And let me tell you, bro, like, it was quite mentally draining because, like,
I can only imagine.
The shit talking on his end was like, bro, like, I really don't like you, and it's like this is personal. Like, I want to really make you piss blood. So it got to the point where, shit talking, going back and forth, promoting this, that, and third and the fourth, and we hyped it up so good, and he was talking a good one. Like, I was like, yes, this man is gonna give me a fight. Like, this is what I want. I'm in training camp. Chucky sits at 6'3". I'm training and I'm sparring with guys that are 6'5". Arm length, and I'm getting pressure in them, and they're punching me, and I'm hitting them, and I'm training with professionals, cage fighters, UFC, Cage Fury, professional boxers, amateur boxers that's in the national rankings. Like, I'm literally sparring with guys that really are whooping my ass, that are professionals. That it gets to the point where, as I'm training, it's like, and we're on round 8. And I'm like gassed out, and they're like, you better push, you cocksucker. He fucking got you fired. He spoke about your family. He spoke this. He did all this. You better not quit. And then every time it got to that point in training camp where I was tired, my coach would be like, Carlos, go dark. Go dark. And when he says go dark, he means literally go dark. Like,
blackout rage. Yeah.
it's not even a
Well,
rage.
in a sense, yeah.
Look, I'm getting goosebumps. It's not a rage. It's when you go dark, when he tells you to go dark, it's you're strictly locked in to your prey, right? So you're strictly locked into your prey, whether it be sparring or anything, and he had me go dark. And you see the movie Creed where everything is black,
Yeah.
and they're like, it's just him and the guy, boom, 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 in the middle of the ring. That's going dark. Nobody else is
Got hyper focus. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody else is there. And it's scary because your whole facial changes. Like, it's like you're possessed, bro. Like, it's scary. I've seen some of my guys that far with go dark, and it's scary. So
it's weird because, like, the only way I can, because again, I haven't been in, well, I mean, I've been in enough fights, but to just correlate that for me is like basketball. Like, there was times, like, where you just got to put your foot on the neck. And I think that's it. Like, this is, like, I'm making, look at Steph Curry, right? When he does his night, like, that, to me, that's going dark. That's that Mamba mentality. Nothing's stopping me right now.
mm-hmm.
And I love that.
It's definitely a scary thing, but every time I went dark, that's when, like, even though I'm tired, for them 2 minutes that I'm going dark is like I have this burst of energy, and I'm fighting these guys, and I'm giving them everything I got. Punching. And they're like, Carlos, you got power, you got speed, you got everything. And then here comes the fight. No, here comes the press conference. Show up to Chicago. This motherfucker got fucking 5 security guards with him. 5 security guards. Now, mind you, I came with an entourage. I had people come out from Ohio, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, the Bronx, upstate New York, Kentucky. I had at least a good 30, 40 people with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the press conference, and one of the fighters goes inside and says, hey, Carlos is here. So he comes out, and his man is already recording on the cell phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was all a setup. He comes out, and I'm like, I'm not expecting him to see. This is my first time seeing this man after 2 years, you know?
Yeah, since the reunion, right?
Yeah, first time seeing him. So, you know, everything just builds up and builds up and builds up. And like, I see him come out of the club, and I just give my belt to hit a cash on. I'm like, what's up, Chucky? Let's get it on. Let's get it on. He goes and tries to kick me, but he completely misses. And he doesn't kick me. And I'm like, you're a bitch. And the moment he tries to kick me, security is surrounding him. Like, he had security out the yin-yang. Like they were not letting nobody get close to him. So he had he felt that courage because he has security.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we go inside the venue, and I'm like trying to get at him. I threw a bottle of water. It almost hit him in his face. Like, I was trying to really get on. I was like, you cocksucker. That's why you got dick in your butt when you was in prison. I was just going crazy, like telling him what the facts that I have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's sitting there behind security, talking shit. And I'm like, yo, bro, I can't wait to get my hands on you. So here comes the first situation where he was downstairs doing an interview, and the promoter told me to come upstairs because we was waiting for the press conference YouTube to go live, and it wasn't working. So the promoter comes upstairs, and he tells me to come upstairs, and he's like, you don't see it? I'm like, nah, I don't see it. Like, people are asking, the chat is going crazy, whatever. And then Chucky's doing an interview, and then he comes back with security, but I'm already upstairs where he was located.
Uh-huh.
So when he comes upstairs, he sees me, and he's like, he turns to his security, and he's like, y'all motherfuckers really let this motherfucker up here, and all my shit is up here? The moment he said that, bro, the moment he said all my shit is up here, I'm like a fucking hound dog. I'm like, I'm sniffing. I'm like, where is it? Where is it?
Squirrel.
Yeah. So I go back to the room where the production for the YouTube was at. And I look on the couch, and it was like, oh.
It was glowing at an order.
Yeah, he was like glowing. So he was promoting this company, a recreational company called Starbuds. So I see the bag and it says Starbuds, and I'm like, there is a God. I grab the bag of Starbuds, and he looks at me, and he sees me grab it. He's like, you put my shit down, you bitch motherfucker. Put that down. I said, fuck you. I put my hand in it, and it was like 25, 30 pre-rolls.
Oh, my God.
Brand new, right? So I'm out. I stand over the balcony. I'm like, yo, Chucky, you like this? How my nuts taste? And I said, everybody smoke on Chucky. And I threw it into the crowd. And he's like, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit for doing that. I was going to give it away anyway. I was like, yeah, but I gave it away. So, so he was pissed. And then he was like, go get my shit. Go get my shit. So I ran back to where his shit was, and he had the book where he wrote all his notes. And I grabbed the book and I threw it over. Here comes security trying to snatch it out of my hand. I was like, yo, bro, I'll smack the shit out of you. Don't you fucking touch me. So I threw the book over, and everybody's ripping the pages out the book, whatever. And he's pissed, and you can see it on his live. He's like, this little motherfucker threw all my shit. He threw all my dispensary. He gave it away. Pissed. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm giving the people a show. Like, fuck it, let's do it. Like, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it.
Well, yeah, you got to do the Conor McGregor, Diaz type shit.
I didn't train this hard to not go out here like and make a show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Here comes the day of the fight. My coach has me downstairs. He's like warming me up, put yourself in the zone, listen to music, don't move, put your feet up on a chair, let the blood stay, good. Then he'll be like, sit down for 5 minutes, come up, and then he'll be like, we'll do pad work downstairs and all that. Chucky's walking around the whole building. And I salute and interviews and this and that. Like, he's just not mentally there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's there for the publicity.
Yeah, he wasn't mentally there. He was like all over the place. So I'm downstairs, and right behind me is the kitchen where they were doing the medical exams. So he comes in, he sits on the table, and he looks at me. He goes, I'm like, get ready, bro. Get ready. I trained this hard. Like, I trained hard. And I'm sitting there in the room, and me and my coach are like, I warmed up so much in the downstairs before the fight, like, whatever. We'll get to that. So went downstairs, and here comes the fight. It's time to fight. I'm like, all right, it's game time. Let's go. Get in the ring. Before we started fighting, he catches me with a cheap shot in front of the ref. You know how you touch gloves?
Yeah.
I didn't want to touch gloves. The ref was making us touch gloves. He was like, I'm not gonna let you guys fight if you don't touch gloves. I'm like, fuck. Chucky hits me with a cheap shot in front of the ref. Boom. I'm like, oh, that's a dirty move. My coach is going crazy. Disqualification, a point, something. They didn't do anything to Chucky. No disqualifying, no point, no nothing. I'm like, I bet. Now I'm pissed. Like, let's go. Like, I want to fight now. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I think he did that because he was trying to get into my head because he realized I was too calm.
Yeah.
I was too calm. And he was like, this is not the person that I just seen at the press conference.
He wanted you to be yelling. He wanted you to be screaming. But that's the difference. And I want to get into the fight, and we'll get into that in a second here. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about this, right? We see a lot of, you're an influencer boxer. And that's a term that is thrown around a lot in boxing. I was watching the Ryan Garcia fight. They mention that a lot. They talk about, the influencer boxers. And one thing I can say about you is that I see the work you put in. You don't do this for publicity. You do this for the love and passion of the sport like other fighters do. And that's the one thing that Ryan Garcia separated himself from, that Jake Paul's trying to separate himself from, except he's fighting people like Mike Tyson. And we're going to talk about Jake because I know he's part of one of the promotions that you're part of. So I know you probably can't speak too much on it, but I just want to get your opinion professionally. But watching everything that led up to this, because obviously the show was dragged, and myself was dragged into Chucky beef for a little bit as well, which, I'm a troll. I have so much time on my hands. I troll people. That's my favorite thing to do. I work in car sales. Don't try me. But you look at, and again, even at the fight and watching everything, press conference, all this stuff, at no point in time did it feel like he wanted to box. It just seemed like he only wanted to talk. He only wanted to play the game and market and get more exposure than focus on the fight itself and
100%.
just be the, maybe not back up the shit talk, but prove to the people who are supporting you what you're saying and what you believe in is true, right?
100%.
And that's why when I made that little video on my page and you posted it on your Instagram, when I made that video, I wanted to point out what you said. I'm going to show in front of all the only reason why in front of all these people, you do this stuff in front of all these people, you're just going to show that you're a loser, that you're weak. And it's like, this was the perfect personification of the words that you said. And I was like, I got to go back to that interview. I got to go back to what he said because you fucking called it 2 years ago. He's weak.
The pressure, and you have something to prove to the people that they're going to look at you as weak.
Yep. And that's all you got from this fight, from the press conference, from his lives, because his lives will show up on my stuff constantly because the two of you and if I follow you, if I like a video of you, I get one of him. Yeah. It just happens that way. And it's nice to see that, it's put to kind of rest at this point in time, but it's not because I'm going to keep talking about it.
It's not put to rest. I'll tell you, it's not put to rest.
Now, obviously the fight only lasted one round, and, I know you're going to go into a little bit more about the fight, but there was a couple of things that one thing I did want to point out, watching the fight. And it's funny because I'm sure your coach probably told you this too, is that he, at some point you stop watching boxing for the fun of it and you start watching it like a coach. And then you don't really enjoy the fight anymore. You're just like, why are you ducking your head like that? Come on, keep your head. Oh my God. And then you get frustrated. Yeah. And that's all I kept watching with him was just frustrated. I see you. You're in your pose. You're trying to box. And then the way even the announcer made fun of him. They're like, Chucky going with like a 1960s style of boxing, the old Irish way. I'm gonna get tough.
Those commentators were cool as shit, though. I like them.
Listen, and then when he tapped out, of course, the commentators made it like, this is why sometimes you should just stay on the screen and not get.
He said what they said was you can't talk all this shit on social media and come into a boxing ring unprepared.
Exactly.
That's what they said, and it was 100% true. But this fight, man, I first and foremost, whoever's watching, I want to say I apologize because me and my coach had a game plan. I can't tell you, Zaga. My coach had a game plan. He knew everything that Chucky was going to do. He did everything that my coach said he was going to do. He was like, Carlos, first round, give it to him. Give it to him in a way that you're still hitting. He hits, you hit. You hit, he hits. You know what I mean? But you're gonna make him gas out in the first round. He's gonna gas out in the first round. He said, Carlos, when the bell first rings, wait 35, 45 seconds, and then just fill him out. Stay ticky, stay moving. Move your head and all that. And he's gonna throw the first punch. When he throws the first punch, he's gonna telegraph it. When he telegraphs it, I want you to slip it and catch him with a body. That's what I did. So if you watch, I slip his punch and I catch him with a body. Mm-hmm. I catch him with my right.
I picked it all up. I watched it. I watched it. And then when I went to go make my video, I watched the fight in super slow motion because I was trying to find. There wasn't. I'm not trying to talk shit about this promotion because they're not Chucky, but this promotion was fucking just as trash.
No, 100%. The promoter, even it wasn't the promotion. It was the streaming services.
Well, it wasn't even that. The cameras, dude, listen,
it was the streaming services. The promoter knows that.
Okay.
Yeah, they fucked up.
I was going to say, because when we came down for EFC, that was a production. The lights, the music, it felt, and I don't know, man, boxing to me, right? Like you go to a boxing event, you wear a bow tie, right? You dress up. This is a classy event, right? So I don't know what it was. Maybe it's that old school train of thought that I have. Mm-hmm. But I'm watching this. I'm like, this isn't a fucking gymnasium. This is what is happening? UFC 4 was in a gymnasium, but the seats were tucked away. And you built a stage, had seating. It felt like a real production. And you know me, you before I hit record and we started doing the show, I was trying to point out all the little things that I do for the camera, for the I'm blinded currently because how bright the lights are.
Yeah.
I expect the same thing. If I'm paying for it, like this is free. What I'm providing is free.
Yeah.
Imagine if I actually got paid for this shit. That's what I'm saying. Like they got paid for that, and that's what they provided.
Well,
that bothers me.
the production, the streaming service is fucked up, and the guy Harv, which is the promoter and which is a friend of Chucky, he's making sure that he's not going to use them again. They fucked up on the DJ fucked up on my music, bro.
I didn't even hear your music. I didn't even know you came out until you were in the ring.
Yeah, the DJ fucked up on music because I was supposed to come out to I was supposed to come out to the song Eminem and DMX Go to Sleep, bitch.
Yes.
And they didn't even play my music. They didn't play Chucky's music. They didn't even play Chucky's Whoop That Trick.
They played some like I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was.
It was like
Michelle
Bland
or something.
Yeah. It was like a Taylor Swift shit. And I was like, what the fuck?
And I heard it. I'm like,
but
is he trolling?
At the end of the day, and yeah, he was trolling because Chucky told him to do that. Chucky was trying to get. Listen, here's the thing.
I thought you purposely put it because I would come out to the I got a pocket full of. I would come out to that. I'd have fun.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I played my cards right. The press conference, I gave Chucky what he wanted to see, not what he needed to see.
Yeah,
I gave him what he wanted. And remember on the show, I said life is like a game of chess. Think before you move, and I lived by that saying. Mm-hmm. And I played chess that night. That's why in the press conference you hear me say check. I'm going to checkmate you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like thinking like I'm in his head. And I played it. I was like, all right, we turned up and I didn't get my hands on you. But now boxing come into play. And my coach has been telling me for months, hey, listen, when you get in that ring, I need you to box and not fight off emotion. And that's what I did.
And that's one thing I can say that Chucky didn't do. Chucky clearly was fighting on emotion because he had a couple of shots that were not legal in any sense. You can't hold people. Can't put your arm over their back and swing up. That's not enough.
He held my head down, and he punched up like this, and that's where he called me in the nose, and I started bleeding.
You didn't break your nose, obviously, or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just check. Well, because that was my next question. He was like, "You got a bloody nose. He got a black eye." What are your feelings on it? Because, and I asked this because now, knock on wood, and like this is really pompous of me to say, but I've never lost a street fight in my life. I've never lost a fight before. I'm about 33-0 in street fights. I fight dirty in street fights. It's different though. But I say there's one fight that I kind of feel like I did lost because I broke his ribs, but he busted my eye, and because you could see my injury, I still feel like I lost that. It was how does it feel? What does it feel like for you? Because obviously, I'm sure it pissed you the fuck off to see your blood. You were like, no, really? Okay.
No, I don't see. Here's the thing. You have to expect shit like that to happen in the ring. You know what I mean? It was an illegal blow. Was I pissed about the illegal blow? Yes. I was mad about the illegal blow. Was I mad because I seen my blood? No.
Nah, see, that's why
when we in the clinch and he's talking about I had Carlos's blood on me. It's like, look at the trajectory of the blood. It's going straight down like this, straight down his shoulder blade, right? That's because when we were in the clinch and he made me bleed disrespectfully, I went like this and I wiped it on him straight down.
Ah, got you.
I intentionally put that there.
You got you. Okay.
So if you look at anybody else that boxes and when it bleed, it's never a straight line. It's always splats and shit like that. I put that blood there. Yeah, I put that blood there, and he's making it seem like he did it.
See, I know how I am though, and it's like when I get in the ring, and I know I'm gonna get bloody at some point in time. But when I get bloody, I'm gonna look that man in the face and say, "No one makes me bleed my own blood." I'm gonna hit you with that dodgeball reference real quick.
But no, that's your emotions take over.
See, and it's funny because that's something. I mean, I'm an athlete, right? I played basketball, baseball. I'm still a bowler, and trying to maintain my rage was a hard thing it took bowling for me to really focus that, because you look at every sport, right? Whether it's football, basketball, boxing, there's always an opponent right across from you that you can defend, you could block, you could do something to the opponent. Even let out a little aggression. In basketball, I've said some hard picks before and knocked somebody over, just make a reference that I'm here. Might throw a bow or something, right? Bowling, there was nothing. It's you and a lane. And it took a lot for me for years to really, it took like a year and a half for me to really learn it. And my father, who's a college coach for bowling, which I want to give a shout out to my father. He's getting inducted to the Bowling Hall of Fame.
Shout out to Dad.
But my pops, he used to tell me, he was like, he's like, use your anger as a weapon. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, control it and use it to your advantage. He was like, it's energy, channel it. And I'm like, great move. And then I started using that in all sports. And now, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so now for like boxing, it's like, yeah, I don't let the emotion control my thought process, but it controls the power, it controls the muscle that's moving my arm right now.
It does control the power. You know what I mean? As far as emotions, I know when to turn off my emotions and turn it on when I need to, and turn it off when
Exactly.
So for months, my coach was like, you can't fight on emotion. Go in there and box. Now, when we're boxing, here's the thing. I'm boxing, but you got to think, like, it was the first round. It was a feeler round. I was feeling him out. I wanted to see what his power was. He has no power. He had nothing to offer that I was going to be threatened by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my coach was like, fill him out the first round. Second round, we're going to take him out. That's it. Second round, he would have been done. He would have been done on the second round. But
Oh, yeah.
he tapped out in the first round, and I caught him with an uppercut, and then a hook right after. And I caught him with a right overhand. And you can hear the commentator saying Carlos is using the praying mantis style because that was my defense for a taller fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to put my hand in your face so that way it's there and I can do what I need to do. And that's exactly what I did. It was the game plan. But what happened was when he felt my power, the initial time he felt my power was on the body shot. When I slipped and I hit him with the body shot, he felt it. I could see it in his face. And then the second time was when I caught him with an overhand. He felt that one. He really felt it when I gave him that uppercut in that 3. That's why his anxiety took over and his emotions took over, and he charged at me. So now I'm trying to maneuver myself away from him, but I'm stumbling on my own feet because let's get it. I'm not a professional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I train with professionals, but I'm not a professional. So I know what I'm doing when it comes to my feet, but I'm not like 100%. So I started stumbling on my own feet, and he's pushing me. As I'm stumbling, he's pushing me to make it seem like he's hitting me, and he's not.
Yeah.
So that pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a shit show, and I'm disappointed that he tapped out in the first round, man, because I really wanted to get it on.
And I'm sure it's frustrating too, because you train with professionals. You want to, yes, you talk all your shit on screen, you talk your shit in the press conference, but when it comes to the ring, like, it's a fight, it's boxing, right? So you're expecting to box, not bullshit around, which it seems like is all what he was trying to do. And there's a couple fights before too that I watched, some of the prelim stuff, and you could tell when there was actually 2 boxers who were training in boxing, fighting, that was some of the best fights I watched.
Mm-hmm.
When you got guys who got the guard up, who are throwing combinations, who are actually maneuvering for defense, playing chess in the ring, that was entertaining. And that's why I can't stand watching some influencers, because it's just a lot of ridiculous movements that aren't boxing. And it's frustrating, and I can see the frustration, especially from your corner. It's like you train a certain way, and you're expecting to see that a fight style come your way, and then there's no style. It's just chaos.
Yeah, it was just straight chaos for him.
Yeah,
no fighting, no nothing.
Now here's the question: now if you get him, if I know there was possible talks of a rematch, but if I were you, I would get him in an octagon. And I say, if it's MMA, are you getting him to tap out again, like for real this time?
So the talks were to have a rematch. Me and my coach, my manager, my wife all spoke. Would I have gave him a rematch? Yes. Now I ask the question: if he would have won, would he have gave me a rematch? Because technically, he was supposed to give a rematch to Viking, and he denied it. It was on contract, a rematch, and he denied it. He won't fight Viking because he already got the wins over Viking. So he was like, no, I don't want to rematch him because I won. You know what I'm saying? So would he have gave me a rematch? Absolutely not. Would I have considered giving him a rematch? Absolutely. 12-ounce gloves, no headgear, down in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying for your security. I'm not doing none of that. But just earlier today, approximately probably like an hour ago, my manager sends me a screenshot, and he's like, "This is a message from Harv." And I'm like, "What is it?" And I read it, and it's basically saying, there's probably not going to be a rematch because Chucky has some personal things going on. I can't get, I'm trying to find out the details, but it's regarding our fight. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are mad. A lot of people are mad at him. Like, yo, you talked all this shit and you can't even back it up. You know what I'm saying? And
oh, dude, you go to his videos, all the comments are just people saying, you let us down, which it's funny because you know what? Like, I understand having a fan base and, you know, so like, you got to give to your fan base. Like, even give and the sad part is like his video about why he had to quit or whatever. It wasn't even an apology to his fans. Like, fuck the fight. Apologize to your fans that even if it's not a real injury, but if it was a real injury, I'm so sorry, guys.
I can tell you it's not a real injury because the day before yesterday, I spoke to, all right, so there's Harv the promoter, which is Harv Warbangers. That's the promotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fights were sanctioned by USA Boxing.
Okay.
The president of USA Boxing was at the fights.
Oh.
And I spoke to him 2 days ago. And I said, listen, what is the status for Chucky? He goes, I can't get into detail with you because of insurance policies, but I can tell you, Carlos, that he did not sprain his ankle. He caught a muscle cramp. He caught a muscle cramp because he was dehydrated because of the weight loss. So he didn't even sprain his ankle. He legit caught a muscle cramp.
Cramps, really.
Cramp.
And that's why I said in my post, and I said in the captions, Kobe shot free throws with a torn Achilles. Klay Thompson shot free throws with a torn ACL. I don't want to hear shit. There's people, you know what? That being said, what did you learn from all this? Because obviously, everything leading up to this fight was extreme. I'm sure it was emotionally stressing for you, your family, because he spoke about your family. And that, again, as
He's
men,
still speaking about him now.
And I was saying, as men, there's a certain, like, if I got beef with you, I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to talk about all things about you that will hurt your feelings. And I'm going to be creative and find ways to hurt your feelings. I'm going to try to dig back to your kindergarten days. I am, however, not going to bring people that love and care about you into the mix because they're not part of this. I don't got problems with them just because they're associated with you, which again speaks characters of a person's morale, their honor, their, you know, what makes them who they are.
He has no honor.
And when exactly, damn, I sounded real Asian. Like, you must fight for your honor.
He has no honor, bro.
There's a no honor, shame and dishonor upon memory. He has no honor in the fight game and just being a person. And he posts all these videos about things that he tries to do to help people, and it's all for clout. It's all a facade. You know what? He's ready. He should just run for city council. He'd make a great politician. Pretend you care about people and just take their money and fucking run with it. And that's the thing is I can't stand creators like that. Any one of my fans out there, y'all know in the Discord, if y'all ever messaged me, I've given y'all advice on interviews. I have given y'all free merch. I just care about it. I care about my fans. That's all it is, right? That's what it should be about. And Chucky only cares about himself. And that's the truth.
100%.
But with that, like I said, with all that, what did you learn from all this? With that kind of emotional stress on you.
It made me strong, though. This camp showed me what I'm really capable of dealing with mentally and emotionally, and know how to channel it the correct way. It also showed me that a lot of motherfuckers can sit there and talk that shit, but they can't really walk that walk. And like I said, I want to apologize to everybody that was looking for a show and he tapped out. And I have no control over that man tapping out on the first round, but he was going to be done in the second round. He was gassed out the first round. So I know second round was mine, and I was ready for the second round, and he tapped out. So, but this has really opened my eyes on what I'm capable of and what I can really do. You know what I mean? And how far I push myself, and the blood, sweat, and tears and training and like throwing up 3 or 4 times during training camp and all that. Like, I know what I'm capable of now. You know what I mean? I didn't really, my coach opened up a zen or this temple in my body that I was like, I never knew it was there. You know what I'm saying? I never knew it was there. And it's like, holy shit.
That's
Like
awesome.
level unlocked, Mortal Kombat type shit.
Well, and it's probably like a sense of like growth with you, like, not spiritually, but emotionally and mentally, like grow, because obviously as men, right, like, growing up all of our lives, we're not taught to show our emotions, we're not taught to those things. So, learning how to compartmentalize and learning how to just understand your emotions is probably just as hard as training for the fight itself.
Yeah, it was definitely I'm not gonna lie, there was times where during training camp where I got my ass handed to me, and some of the guys, mind you, some of the guys I'm fighting are professionals. Like, they've been doing this for 15, 20 years, 30 years, you know what I'm saying?
Probably humbled you a little bit, right?
Yeah, it did, because I couldn't hit them. I couldn't touch them.
It's like you feel good going into it. You're like, yeah, I've been trained, I'm good. You're like, what the fuck? Where the fuck are you? What the goddamn?
I could not touch these guys that I spar with. Some of them I couldn't touch, and they made me chase them, and I couldn't touch them, and they were catching me with shots and body shots. I, as a man, am gonna tell you, there was one time in training camp where I got my ass handed to me so bad, even though I was sweating, I went to the bathroom, I threw up, and I started fucking crying. I literally was crying, and I came out and I threw my fucking gloves on the ground, like, fuck all you guys. And my coach looked at me, he was like, you better get your fucking faith and your act together. You better get it together, Carlos. Don't you come here doing that shit. And I was like, my bad, coach. I was just like, he got the best of me. He was like, that's what I want. People get the best of you, and it's just going to give you experience on what to deal with when it comes at you. But this guy, I couldn't touch him, bro. I couldn't touch him, and I used the sweat to my advantage as tears. For real.
So,
and yeah.
So now that this is over, and this rematch is probably not going to happen.
Probably not.
What's next? Who's in the sights?
All right, so we have been in contact with a couple people. Javi from Teen Mom, MTV's Teen Mom, he reached out. He wants to box me. But then yesterday, what's today's date?
Today, I have no clue.
Today's
7th?
28th. Today's the 28th, my sister's birthday. Yesterday, April 27th, 2024, I received a phone call, and this is new platform that's out that is called Creator Fight Leagues. Creator Fight Leagues is a platform that's associated with Misfits Boxing.
Yeah.
Misfits is like Mams Taylor. That's where KSI fought. That's where Jake Paul fought, Logan Paul. All these guys fought on that platform. Dylan Dennis and all that, right? So I got the phone call yesterday that the owner of the company wants me to fight on the sister company, which is Creator Fight League. Two of my guys that I know just fought on there the day 3 or 4 days ago, 5 days ago or some shit like that. And they just got signed on to Misfits. So they're making a big stage now.
Okay.
So now they called me yesterday. They said, we want you to fight on Creator Fight Leagues. I told my coach. My coach said, hey, we're having dinner this week. I'm going to sit down with you and your wife. We're going to talk. There's going to be some sacrifices that I need you to make. And I'm not going to keep you away from your family, but you're definitely going to work harder than what you ever worked before, because this is a financially and professionally, this is the move that I need to make.
Yeah.
So I probably will be fighting around July, and I'll be on creating my fight.
Good shit, man.
I hear myself.
You hear yourself?
Yep.
That's weird. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know why. Shouldn't hear yourself.
I just heard myself. Put a sound check. Put a sound noise so you can edit it. That one.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, you're not. Say something again.
Check, mic check. I don't hear myself now, but I just did.
That was weird. Okay. Well, I'll just go. I'll fix that one in a second. Later in post. All right. So out of the 3 fights that you've had now, because I've seen three fights, right? You had the original.
Mm-hmm.
You had the one. It was like in Long Island,
Atlantic City,
Long Island, asshole. Atlantic City. You had the one in Tampa, and now you have this one
in Chicago.
So, out of those 3, which one was the hardest?
3-0, baby. 3-0. 3-0. Which one was the hardest?
Yeah.
The one that really gave me the fight, put up a fight, was White Neck.
Yeah, White Neck wasn't even a long fight. It was like 2 rounds. 3 rounds? There's 2 rounds, yeah. Is that
But he gave me a fight.
most of your fights have been pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because we had 2 tap outs. I know there's 2 for sure tap out. I didn't see the full video of the first fight.
The first one is unanimous decision.
Okay, so you got technically two TKOs.
Yes, sir.
I read
TKOs.
this next one.
I know.
I gotta see somebody's knees buckle. The next one.
Well, I was trying to. I was. That was the game plan, bro. The game plan with Chucky was first round, fill him out. The second round, I was literally gonna shell up and just come in there with slips and rolls and just come in and boom, body shots. So like, if you go to my TikTok and you see the video of me and my coach, we're outside of the hotel room the day of at 8:00 in the morning, and you see my coach leaning on me, and he's like body shots, and I'm just giving him body shots. And then my coach is like, listen, he's going to lean on you. He's going to use his height on you. Is either A, you're going to slip out of that, or you're going to slip and roll out of it. Or if you can't, I need you to put your arm in there and use it as a wrench. Get some distance between you and him in the arm. And I need you to punch up on the uppercut in 3. That's why when you see me when he's clinching me, I go like this and I go boom, boom. I caught him with an uppercut and a hook. So I had to use the defense what my coach told me.
Gotcha. See, I'm not at those levels yet. We're just still trying to get me to even start, go back to hitting the bag. I had to take like 2 months off because of my Achilles. All right. Yeah. See, I'm a poor man's Derrick Rose, my friend. I'm the most injury prone man you will meet.
I just want to say this, man. Can I just say this? Anybody that watches this, right? You can edit this, right?
Yeah.
I want you to put this out there.
I'm gonna just a TikTok.
Yeah, make this a TikTok. To my fans of 60 Days In, to my fans of the show, and to the fans that were looking for this fight to happen for 2 years, I just want to let y'all know from deep down in my heart that I am sorry that it didn't go the way it was supposed to go, and he tapped out in the first round. And I was really gonna give you guys a show. I had to box the way I had to box to defend myself to make sure I didn't get knocked out. But I'm not Viking mindset. And remember, I always said it. I'm built different, and I proved that. And I'm sorry that I couldn't give you guys what you deserved and what you guys wanted. But I can't speak on that man for tapping out yet again.
All right. If there was a movie made about you, who do you want to star as you?
If there was a movie made about me, who would I want to star as me? Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf? He's not even Hispanic.
It doesn't.
You don't even look the part.
Hold on. Yes, he does. Look at the video. Look at the movie that he just did when he was a part of the Mexican cartel.
Yes, the one where he got the real tattoo on his chest for.
Yes.
Yeah. And I guess it could work.
Shia LaBeouf. I'm a fan of Shia LaBeouf.
I could play you in a movie. I got the beard. Does he got the beard?
Yeah, you can. Fucking twinning over here. What the fuck?
For those at home, I was wearing a do-rag.
He had a do-rag on earlier. I wear the do-rag because it flattens my hair when I get a fresh haircut. I wear the do-rag to the gym. It's a sweatband for me to keep the sweat off my face. This is my signature. The do-rag, I've been wearing a do-rag since the age of fucking 13. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Since I was 13 years old.
I was 12 or 2.
Yeah, I've been wearing do-rag since I was 13 years old. A lot of people be like, why you wear a do-rag? Because I can and I'm allowed to.
I wear do-rags for health purposes because I have really bad skin, and the silk keeps the moisture and my skin there. Yeah, fun time. All right. Now, obviously, one thing I will say is your promoting skills are great. And as much shit as I talk about Chucky, the way y'all promoted the fight was perfect. The shit talk was great. The stuff that you see is perfect for WWE. So if you were in the WWE, what would be your tagline? Stone Cold got what? You got The Rock with "If You Smell." What would be how my ass taste?
No. I think my tagline would be either built different or enough said.
Yeah, I think it would be the built different one, right? Because that fits. I mean, it's on the back of this shirt currently. It says we're built different because I'm not built different, but we as collectively are built different. All right. Now we said it before. You were 3-0. You have 3 belts now too, right?
No, I got 2 belts.
Yeah, 2 belts. Okay, 2 belts. Now, if you could have any championship belt in the world, because there's some really cool ones in wrestling and MMA and all throughout all promotions, which belt would you want the most? So we'll say your ICB one is beautiful. It's diamond out. It's studded. It's nice.
If I was to, do you want me to make like a belt that exists now, or
Yeah, like see, I want like
all right,
I'll tell you like
I don't want a belt that exists now. I don't want a belt that exists now. I want to get the ultimate goal at some point is to get on Most Valuable Productions, because Jake Paul is giving like opportunities to people like that have 1-0 records. I'm 3-0, and I'm on the same category and the same list with the ICB as him and KSI, Logan Paul, all these other guys. So if there was a belt like UFC made the BMF belt, I mean not BMF, bad motherfucker belt. Yeah, bad motherfucker belt. Most Valuable needs to come up. Jake Paul need to come up with some kind of belt for Most Valuable. I would like a belt for Most Valuable.
Okay. All right. So you want a belt, doesn't see? I'm simple. I just want the WWE Undisputed Championship belt. I want to feel. You're coming to my wedding, so you're gonna see me. I'm coming out to John Cena's song. I'm gonna have a belt. I'm waving in the air.
John Cena lives 15 minutes away from you.
What? He went to school. He went to school 15 minutes away from me, where I live over here.
John Cena lives in Land O'Lakes.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
His house is out here. Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, $4.5
million house.
He traded in the old Massachusetts homestead and went to the beach. Smart man.
He's out here. He's 15 minutes away. Land O'Lakes, Florida.
Nice. All right. Now I want to talk to you about the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, because obviously you're part of influencer boxing, and that's just that's a stigma that you're going to carry with you. How do you feel about this thing with him and Mike?
I mean, whatever's good for the geese is good for the gander, right?
I guess. I mean,
it's a power move. Listen, at the end of the day, Jake knows what he's doing. Jake is very smart when it comes to promoting and doing all this shit.
Let me ask you this. What does Jake have to gain from this fight? Right? So then hear me out on this. If he wins, he beats a 60-year-old man. If he loses, it's Mike Tyson. Right? But as your career as a boxer, what does it do for you? That's the way I'm looking at it, right? Like, you're doing this for boxing. And then, yeah, Mike Tyson is the most scariest man in the world. And I don't know, you've seen his training videos, and I compared your training videos and his training videos came out around the same time, and I was just like, yeah, Mike fucking all of us up. Mike fuck us all up.
Listen, at the end of the day, you got to think about it. Jake is a man of business. Jake does what he's gonna do, and he's gonna make money. But I think it's more along the lines of respect, honor, and where the saying comes. Always remember where you came from, where you started. You know what I'm saying? It kind of boils down to that, because he watched Mike Tyson grow up. He watched Mike Tyson as he was growing up. I watched Mike Tyson as he was growing up. You know what I'm saying? As I was growing up. It comes to the point where, hey, we're going to box, but it's always going to be love and there's always going to be respect. Whether I beat you or not, just the simple fact that I got to go toe-to-toe with a legendary GOAT is amazing. Like, look at Minicon that fought on EFC4, that fought for the heavyweight championship against Luis Papicito.
Mm-hmm.
He just sparred yesterday with Evander Holyfield.
That's kind of really fucking cool.
He just sparred with Evander Holyfield yesterday. Like, Minicon, shout out to you, bro. Like Jake Paul's boxing a legend. You're sparring Evander Holyfield, the guy that got his ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, what a coincidence, you know what I'm saying? But hey, shout out to Minicon, shout out to Jake Paul, man. Y'all doing your thing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I for the paycheck, it can make sense. Like, do I think this is going to be a good fight? Absolutely not. It's a 60-year-old or it's a 20-year-old. Like, this is not going to end nice. However, I'm still going to watch it just for the sheer fact. I hope that Tyson knocks him out. Everyone wants to see Jake get knocked out, right? Because it hasn't happened yet. So you watch it, like everyone. I don't like Floyd Mayweather, but I watched his fights in hopes to see him fucking lose. I watched it. It's like wrestling, right? Nobody liked fucking Triple H. Nobody liked Vince McMahon, but when they wrestled,
whoa! I like Triple H.
Yeah, I'm talking about executive Triple H. When Triple H started,
I don't like executive.
Yeah, right. When he started wearing the suit and being all like corporate, We all hated him.
I don't like that Triple H. I like Triple H with the long hair and spreading the water
Yes.
out and fucking you prepare to play the game.
Exactly. But you watch the villains in hopes to see them lose. And that's Jake is leaning hard into that villain. I mean, look at his brother in wrestling too. His brother is probably one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen. Like it's ridiculous how good he is in how short a time he's been wrestling.
Yes.
It's phenomenal. My next question here though is if there is a nuclear apocalypse, because the world's coming to an end at some point. So where are you going?
Where am I going?
Yes, the crazy questions. You come to NFA Network and you think for 1 second you're not gonna ask something.
I know.
Weird.
I shouldn't have.
I threw you some softballs out there with the WWE stuff.
All right.
You want to get weird.
If there was an apocalypse, where am I going? Honestly, I'm staying right where I'm at because I know the safety of my home and I know what I can do.
Okay, fair enough.
And you know why I'm gonna step into somewhere. I'm gonna go somewhere else where I don't know anything and risk my life. Oh, you're gonna be safe here, and then you know how many times I watch show they'd be like, oh yeah, you're safe, and then on the TV and the movies, oh they're safe for like a week, and next thing you know, fucking zombies are fucking crawling up the fucking gates and shit, and like, oh, we're not safe no more. Get your children and run. And next thing you know, some fucking 3-year-old and his mom is getting chewed out by a zombie. Fuck out of here. All right. I'll say right here. Stay right here in my ass at home.
Two of my co-hosts are one was in the military, one's in the military. They still can't give me a straight answer on that one. I asked her, like, where we got to go? Just like, when we tell you it's go time, you're just getting in the car. I'm like, fair. I just want to know. I just want to know the plan. I still think it's Utah. I still think it's Utah. Utah, I know is where the new Area 51 is, and that's where it's safe. I'm telling you. It's where the aliens know.
There's fucking aliens there. You're going to get your fucking asshole reamed out.
Now, question for you. Now, I've never stepped in the ring, and obviously I'm hoping to get my first fight this year. I really want to. Are there any nerves when you step into that ring? Like, you got the people all around you. I mean, you've been 3 fights now, and there's been pretty decent turnouts to all 3 of them. Are there nerves when you come out? Like, the music hits and like the curtains open, you turn in?
Not no more.
At first, of course, yeah. Probably
Not no more. My first fight, I was fucking nervous as fuck. But you're nervous until the bell rings. Once the bell rings,
I heard till the first hit.
Yeah. Once the bell rings, nerves go away. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like it just comes natural. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't get nervous no more.
I mean, I get that too, because I mean, I know how many people get nervous. Like, I remember my first time stepping on a basketball court with a fucking crowd there. It was my first. Actually, I never played a game in high school, but when I played the students versus faculty game, I was legitimately nervous when I stepped on that court and I saw a fucking 400 or 500 of my peers cheering, and I was like,
that's because you know them. When you don't know people, in like besides your family, when you don't know people in the crowd, doesn't interfere.
Fair enough. Fair enough, because
it doesn't bother you because you don't have nothing to prove to them. You got to prove something to the people that came for you.
You know what? Good point. Because I mean, shit, I do this with no care in the world. With the world has the option to watch this if they want to, and I give a fuck. I'm an original pothead. I work at a car dealership and now I box. That's what I do. All right. If Nick is getting jumped in Oklahoma City, what's the best advice you can give him to in a fight?
If Nick is getting jumped in Oklahoma City, what's Nick? Your Nick?
Yeah, our Nick.
I'm gonna tell you, Nick, if you're getting jumped and if you can't fight, just get on the ground and curl up like a baby.
Fair enough. I've done
Charge
that.
it to the streets.
I've been there. I've been jumped before. I don't count that as a fight. I count my fights as one-on-ones.
Yeah, charge that to the streets.
Charge that one to the streets. All right. 2 fictional characters here, Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny. Who are you taking your chances in the ring with?
To help me or to fight?
Oh, you got to fight them. You got to pick between one of the two.
I'm beating the shit out of Mickey Mouse.
You're on Mickey? I think Bugs would be dangerous, right?
Yeah, Bugs and stuff. You seen what he does in Space Jam?
You see what he did, what he's done time and time again to Elmer Fudd?
Yeah. I would go with Mickey, because at least if I punch him, he'd be like, well, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and he'll still love me.
All right. I'm trying to think of there's something else I wanted to talk to you about, and I can't remember what the fuck it was. It was one of my weird ones. I forgot to write it down. What is your favorite, or what do you think is the best boxing movie that's out there? Yeah, I hit you with a good one. That's a good one.
Uh,
There's so many good ones out there. I'll give you mine. I'll give you mine. My personal.
Can I give you 3?
I'll let you get away with 3. I'll give you mine first. Mine is Southpaw. I think Southpaw to me was the perfect feeling. I think it was just such a good feeling for boxing, and you get to feel it from the ground up too. Like when he was in that crappy gym, training, working hard, learning new things, and it was for a purpose. It wasn't for anything. It wasn't for himself. It was for a reason, and that's why I love that. I will preface: I've never seen Rocky before. I've never seen the movie Rocky. It's 2 hours, dude. I don't got a lot of time. All right, what's yours?
Rocky. Southpaw.
I'll watch Rocky now.
Rocky, Southpaw, and I want to say Creed, but I'm gonna have to say Creed number 1. But it's a mixture.
There?
Huh?
Was it Raging Bull? Was that the one with De Niro?
No, Creed is way.
No. I'm trying to think of the one with the. I was saying no.
No, it's not. No. And
what was the boxing movie with De Niro?
Huh?
What was the boxing movie with De Niro?
It wasn't De Niro.
De Niro was in a boxing movie. I know that.
No, you're talking about. I was gonna say. So here, all right. I'm gonna give you 4. I'm gonna give you as many as I like. I like Creed. I like Creed. I like Rocky. I like Southpaw. Definitely Southpaw. I like Mickey with Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
The Irish boxer. He's an Irish boxer, and his brother's a drug addict and all that shit. You have the one with the female. What is it called?
With Clint Eastwood and Hilary Swank.
Is it Hillary? I thought it was no.
Yeah,
we're real quick. Google it. Can you?
Because she got hit.
Boxing movies.
She got hit in the back of the head, and then she was paralyzed.
Boxing movies with females. I forgot
$1 Million Baby.
But yes, $1 Million Baby. There you go.
That was the one.
$1 Million Baby. Those are my 5.
Those are your top 5.
But if I had to choose one, okay. If I had to choose 2,
I bet there's one that
it's gonna be Southpaw and the movie with Mark Wahlberg, Mickey.
There's 2 here that I'm surprised none of us even talked about, because you're around my age. We're old men now. Do you remember Wesley Snipes in Undisputed?
Yes.
That's up there on my list. That's not better than Southpaw, but that's pretty close. And then second, how do we forget about our boy Will Smith? Fucking Ali. That shit was fucking. That was a great ass movie.
It was alright.
All right.
It was alright.
You know, one thing I didn't ask you: who is your favorite boxer of all time?
I just got asked that this past at the Chucky fight.
Really? See, it's like I'm a good end here.
I'm not gonna say of all time. Well, when you're talking about boxing, are you talking about male or female?
Doesn't matter. Just like your favorite person.
Female right now. Female boxer is Amanda Serrano.
That's easy. She's a beast.
Yeah, Amanda Serrano. If you're talking male boxers, you're talking fucking Gervonta Davis, Canelo Alvarez, Benavidez,
Morales, Pacquiao, all of them. Lennox Lewis, fucking.
Yeah, you're talking like I don't have a favorite. I just like seeing fights.
Okay.
But if I have to say a favorite female, it's fucking Amanda Serrano.
Okay, that's easy enough.
She just looked at my page today too. Shout out to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Filipino, so I have no choice. It's Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao has and always will be my favorite boxer. I mean, the dude was 130 pounds and he fought like he was 200. And you gotta love it.
Facts.
He was the scrappiest guy there ever was. If you could have a dream match though against any boxer throughout history, doesn't matter the weight class, it's a dream match. Who would you pick? Just to experience being in the ring with them. I got you deep thinking that one.
I would have to say new or old.
Doesn't matter. It's your choice. Your dream match to fight anybody in history. You could fight or any boxer, any professional fighter.
I mean,
I guess I'm looking for Jesus.
If I'm looking for a payday, I want to fight Ryan Garcia. But if not, then
No, this is just for you to experience being in the ring with that person.
it's Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's a different one.
I sat ringside for his fight, bro.
Oh yeah, I remember you were there.
That man fucking fights.
There is a movie actually coming out, and this is the guy that I would, or I want to find out what's his name. Oh my God, Rocky Marciano. I'd want to feel that one. But I forgot the movie that my buddy's gonna be in. Pepe, I think it's called, or something like that. It's about a boxer that he was like 600-0, and he's from Hartford, Connecticut. This is like back in like the 30s, 40s. And my buddy, my old co-host from my old show, is actually in that movie. His brother is the star in that movie. My uncle is in that movie. Like it's crazy, and I'm actually excited for it. And I want you to watch it when it comes out because it actually won a few awards at like the Sundance Film Festival shit.
Yeah.
So it should be hitting major theaters eventually, and I'll holler at you when that does come out. But yeah, I don't think I have any more questions for you, man. You answered everything. I'm coming up on time. I know you got a long trip you got to take tonight.
Yeah, down to Miami.
Yes, and that's not fun. I have to go clean. I have to clean my closet. It's spring cleaning time, and
My wife is where's she at right now? Oh, she's at the pool. So I'm gonna act like I'm sleeping.
Well, Carlos, thank you again for coming back on the show. I'm glad. I'm happy this became a friendship over the years now because I was actually showing one of my coworkers. He's actually one of my buddies that I'm training. I was showing him. He was like, "How did you get this guy from TV to be your friend?" And I was like, "Scroll all the way up." I'm like, "There." I just shot him a message after I watched the entire series. I binged it, or I watched it. I found it on TikTok. Ironically, I found a clip of one of your scenes where you were doing deals with your store.
Yeah.
And then literally, I was like, I gotta watch this show. I watched part 5, part 6, part 7, whatever on TikTok, and I was like, I went on A&E and I'm like watching it, and then it was like the stupid thing where I caught up and it was like, oh well, the final episode comes out here. I'm like, fuck, son of a bitch. Then I watched it all. I think it was before the reunion. I messaged you and I was like, you know what? I want to try to get this guy on my show. Fuck this. I'm gonna try.
You know what it is?
His story wasn't told correctly.
You know what it is, man. It's a lot of motherfuckers. They get on a TV show or they do something that's out of the ordinary, and they forget who they are, where they come from, and they forget, like, you know what I mean. So it's always I'm always gonna be me. I'm a regular human, just like everybody else, and if I can make time.
Yeah, that's one thing people forget. It's like me and you work 9 to 5. It's like we do this shit.
I'm a truck driver. I still drive trucks.
That's what I'm saying. And I know Darius still doing his flipping around, his flipping of his stuff, and like we're all hustling out here, just hoping.
I make money from the 60 days in, but it wasn't enough to stop working.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, if I were to want to retire and do this full time, I would need, I don't know, 4 million fans. We're good. Okay, don't have that yet.
Don't have that yet. But some people, most people, a lot of people are fortunate than others. You know what I mean? And you just got to when is your time? Your time will come.
Well, I'm hoping there's a time where I can be ringside calling your fights, and that could be my thing. I'm gonna try. I'm a salesman.
You should try to come out to the next one.
I'm a salesman. I'll try to find a way to maneuver.
You should come out to the next one. The next one is gonna be big, and they're always looking for commentators.
Oh fuck yeah, get me there. I gotta be on the R-rated one though.
Yeah. Oh, it's
you
definitely.
know me. I'm gonna say some outlandish shit.
Trust me. It was open mic. It was open mic season. Fucking on this last fight.
Yeah, you got to see. I did a whole episode while I was watching the Super Bowl, commentating the Super Bowl, and I don't think I'm meant for like real TV for this shit. I was like, he's right up his ass. He's fucking him.
Oh man, yeah. Well, we got kids that watch this, so I don't know if that.
I got to be careful about what I say, but maybe I'll turn the. I see. I got to do it at work.
That's all. I can see you as a commentator for the fights. That'd be sweet.
Fuck yeah, get me there. I'm 100% for it.
And I'll see you at the wedding.
Yes, it probably won't be. I probably won't do this year, buddy. I got to save all my vacation time because we're not famous and we have to apply for time off.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, I gotta apply for my time off for my wedding. So that is first and foremost. And after that, everything is. Then I'm allowed to spend money again. Ellie told me I'm not allowed to spend money.
Let everybody know. Stay tuned. Adidas boxing commercial coming out soon.
Yes, I saw that on your Instagram and your TikTok. And who knows if TikToks will get banned by the time it drops or whatever. But check it out, guys. He's gonna be on Adidas boxing. Yo, does that mean you get free merch and shit too if we're doing Adidas?
Bro, they sent me like $4,000 worth of merch.
All I'm saying is Ellie and I want to wear, matching Adidas tracksuits for the wedding afterwards.
They literally sent me $4,000 worth of merch. Like,
holy shit!
Look, I haven't even used it yet.
Like, it's all still.
Oh, here goes my cup. Adidas. That's
awesome though, dude. Congrats to you, man. That's awesome. Getting sponsorships and getting like the little spotlights and shit like that. That's fucking you. That's gonna feel good, right?
They sent me fucking shoes. They sent me shirts. They sent me track suits. They sent me sauna suits. They sent me 4 pairs of boxing gloves.
That's fucking awesome.
One of the gloves that I got there is like $360.
Jesus Christ.
Another pair is $200, which is a training pair, and then they sent me 2 12-ounce gloves that are like $120. They sent me brand new shoes that I'm wearing when I'm fighting Chucky. They sent me a lot of shit.
Dude, my gloves cost me $45. I bought them at Dick's Sporting Goods. I was like,
they sent me a lot of things, and I might be getting an endorsement deal once this commercial drops.
Fucking awesome, man! Congrats to you. I'm glad. See, this is what I love. I love bringing people on, a year later and seeing where the growth has come. Because a year ago, you know what I'm saying? Like a year ago,
fucking right in the pussy.
I had that as a soundboard at one point. But yeah, no, it's just great to see, man. I love this kind of stuff. I love to see. I mean, just a year ago, you see my set's different. The way have better mic, things are just growing slowly, and but it's good. It's just nice to see the growth. And I'm trying to bring back all the people I interviewed before back on again to see. Like I got.
Have you brought anybody yet?
You're the first one for a second interview.
Hey, I broke the fucking ice. Let's go.
Technically, if we're gonna get on like specifics, technically, yes, because Copper was originally the first one, but he's a member of the show. He doesn't count anymore. The man sleeps on my couch. He made my dogs famous. He made my dogs famous before me. Ain't that some bullshit?
That don't count. But hey, I'm glad that I got to break the ice.
Hey man, I'm glad to have you back. You're definitely gonna have you again. As you progress throughout your career, I'm going to ask you to come on the show and talk about it and have some fun with it.
For you. Anything for Zaga and NFA podcast.
I appreciate it, brother. But hey, man, you go do your trip. I know you got a long ride. Say goodbye to the people.
Yes, sir. Hey, everybody. Stay tuned. More fights coming up. And everybody go spam Chucky and call him a tap out Chucky. Bitch.
Hashtag tap out Chucky. I'm out. Peace.
Later.